What do you think about that for performance, for mood, for all those kind of things?
I think if you look at the science on intermittent fasting, it's pretty remarkable. Papers, peer-reviewed papers in very good journals showing that limiting the consumption of calories to 4, 6, or 8, or even 10 hours of every 24-hour cycle, and keeping that more or less correlated with the light when the sun is out, leads to less liver disease, improved metabolic markers, less body fat, etc. In the mouse studies, they even gave the mice the choice to eat whatever they wanted, as much as they wanted, as long as they restricted it to a certain period within the 24-hour cycle. They did great. They maintained a healthy weight or even lost weight. When they took the same amount of food and they stretched it out across the entire 24-hour cycle, so this is eating every hour or 2 hours, the animals got fat and sick. How much of that translates to humans isn't clear, but one thing that's really clear with humans is adherence. Right? We could talk a lot about nutrition, and some of the problems with the studies in nutrition is that what people will do in a laboratory is often hard to do in the real world. Low carbohydrate diets because they tend to focus on foods that have high amino acid content, like meats. Generally, people are less hungry on those than they are on calorie-matched diets of fruits and vegetables and carbohydrates, because when the insulin goes up, you get hungry and you want to eat more. So this is not a push for carnivore or a push against one thing or the other. It's just, there are a lot of factors. But we know for sure that when you're fasted, or when you have low amounts of carbohydrate in your system, complex carbohydrate, your alertness is going to go up. Fast increases alertness and epinephrine for the sole purpose of getting you to go out and find food. Can you imagine if our ancestors got hungry and they were like, oh, I'm too tired to go find food? We wouldn't be here. You'd be like robots or something. One of your alien buddies will be like running the planet.
Dream.
So I think that if you want to be alert, fasting or keeping complex carbohydrates to a minimum is very valuable. If you want to sleep and you want to be sleepy, ingesting foods that have a lot of tryptophan, which is the precursor to serotonin, so complex carbohydrates like rice and grains, turkey, white meats, those things do create a sense of sleepiness. However, there is a caveat, and this is one problem with the once a day meal, is that anytime you have a lot of food in the gut, you're increasing sleepiness because you're diverting blood to the gut. It's going to trigger the vagus to signal to the brain to shut down your system and utilize those nutrients, digest and utilize those nutrients.